Hill 62 is the Canadian memorial called Sanctuary Wood.
You see the maple leaf there on the wall there.
Looks like it was filmed in 1916.
Oh, the visitor's book. Sealed in. And this will be when the battle took place. You can actually open this up and there's a visitor's book inside. Interesting for my relatives in Canada. We're going to have a look.
There's a few of the poems that were in the visitor's book covered. In Flanders Field. A soldier's story to be told. It's time to say goodbye. In Flanders or the Somme a poppy grows. In Flanders or the Somme a poppy grows. One for every soldier we'll never know. Being shelled day and night, they couldn't hide. Day and night we hid side by side. Thousands waiting for the shelling to stop. When the shelling stops they grow over the top. On the battlefield soldiers were all the same. Every soldier has a number, rank and name. For all the thousands of wounded or dead, a poppy is worn for the blood that was shed. People wear a poppy each year to remember the end of the war, 1918, 11 o'clock, 11th of November. Thousands sacrificed their lives to keep our island free. All that's left are books to read, photos to keep. Today there's not one left, it's sad to say. Thousands of soldiers are buried not far away. No more shell holes or men screaming in pain. The battlefields are green and quiet once again. In Flanders or the Somme shell holes no longer flood. Only in books shell holes are full of water and mud. Thousands never came home with stories to tell. Now there's a wit stone crosses where they fell. It marks a cemetery where soldiers now sleep. I wear my poppy each day for all to see. Story, Poems of the Great War by Robert Tate Gunner, 31st of October 2020, number 78. It's time to say goodbye. It's time for me to say goodbye. I'd like to visit my friends before I die. Playing cards, sat on the wet muddy bench. I still hear the jokes sat in our trench. Many of my friends never came home. They lie side by side. They're never alone. Our Sergeant Major was like a grumpy old dad. I'll never forget the friendship we had. We lived in smelly muddy trench. Even today I still smell the stench. Shell holes on the battlefield no longer flood. It's peaceful again where brave men stood. Thanks to my family and a loving wife, I've been blessed with a long and happy life. I'll soon be in heaven where life never ends. Then I'll play cards again with my friends. It's time for me to say goodbye to ones I love. My friends will guide me in heaven above. My wife held my hand on my journey to the new life. Now I'm in heaven, there's no hate or strife. Story Poems from the Great War by Robert Tate Gunner. Date 23rd of December 2012, number 98. It's very peaceful here. Flanders Fields. And we'll go down and see the war cemetery as we leave.
So we're at the top of Sanctuary Wood, Hill 62, which is a tribute and a monument to all the Canadians that fought in Saint-Léonard and lost their lives in World War I. I think Sanctuary sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? There's only me and Julie here, and it's just so tranquil and stunning, and a fitting tribute. And you kind of get a sense of how these hills were so important, because it's reasonably flat land, so being up on the top of this hill, I guess you have a sight of the enemy before they sight you, and they've got to fight gravity to get to you. So I can see why these hills are, I think hill 60 was named because it's 60 meters above sea level, so I guess this is 62 meters above sea level. And here's the monument. The tribute to all the Canadians. And there's some markers here telling you that's hill 60 that way, not very far away from where we are now. Some lovely steps down the bottom, all perfectly manicured, where the visitors book is. And then you got, see, I think it's in French around here as well, because so many Canadians are French speaking. Really is absolutely beautiful place. I'll just go and film the steps on the approach. So the top of hill 62 is this circular structure with a monument in the middle, and you come up these steps. Just show you now. You can see what a good view they had from here. And here are the steps on both sides. Again, all built to commemorate all the Canadians fought in World War I. Absolutely beautiful, stunning place.
We're just walking back down towards the trenches and the museum, and as we were walking down, these Canada geese flew over us in a line. They went so fast, otherwise we'd have filmed it, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it was like a flying V, like they were.
Yeah,
it was
like they were paying
weird.
tribute.
Yeah, like as if they were paying tribute to the Canadians. Canada, like about
You couldn't have
12
had
of
any
them,
other birds,
a
could
lot
you?
of them as well, in a perfect flying V. It was absolutely incredible.
You can see the
Yeah, the summit is 62 meters above sea level.
so they're both hill 62 and hill 60 are based on the sea level then.
The thing is, it's no ambiguity either. You need something quick, don't you, in battle? Like, just get to 60, get to 62. So
Yeah.
it's probably purposely kept as like not some long-winded name. Something that's very easy to be heard when you're in the middle of a battlefield.
Oh, it says the memorial park was completely renovated in 2008 and now offers an excellent view of Ypres, illustrating the strategic importance of this high ground.
Yeah, you can see it when you're up there, can't you?
Yeah.
You can see all around as well. It's like a 360 view of the enemy.
It says the white granite monument is surrounded by an orientation table.
Yeah, tells you where Hill 60 is and some of the other important battlegrounds.
Canada Plan, which links the hill to the Menin Road, was built after the war along Old British Second Line. It passes alongside Sanctuary Wood Cemetery, which was opened in 1915 but extended after the war to its present.
And some of these
Total of
trenches.
1,990 burials.
Some of these trenches are still intact, so we're going to go and have a look at those now.
Yeah, and I read on one of the things that basically in the Second World War they covered everything up in this museum in the trenches and basically said that all keepsakes and everything from the First World War had been stolen by the British.
A lot
to
of
put the
artwork
Germans
was
off.
stolen, and there was also, yeah.